What's going on, guys? Roman the Roman here. In this video, I'm going to go over why selling books on Amazon is the absolute worst business to get into.
Look, grind hard, well done, sir, and welcome to the freaking well show. And party central to my well ones, a night of violated hell code.
A lot of people, including myself, they start selling on Amazon. They make a lot of money. They make a couple $1,000s a month, and then it turns into a few $1,000s a month. They're able to quit their job, but they never realize these nuances in the business that make it really, really bad and really hard to scale if they don't take an alternate route. So we're gonna go over a couple different things in this video. First of all, I'm gonna cover why it's the worst business to get into. There's really one main reason why it's the worst business. And then I'm gonna fix it. I'm gonna show you guys some things you can do to creatively step outside of the box and make this business work for you. Because if you're fortunate enough to be one of my followers who has taken this up and now you're making a couple extra $1,000s a month, I am sure that you're dealing with this problem. So what's the number one problem? It is there is no barrier to entry. Now, generally, what makes a business good is barrier to entry. I used to be in the landscaping business. That's what I did when I first graduated college. I started a landscaping company. And what I realized was the prices for cutting grass were much lower than the prices for stump grinding. Now, why are the prices for stump grinding so much higher than for cutting someone's yard? The equipment used to cut someone's grass is probably just as sophisticated, just as advanced as the equipment needed to grind a stump. The difference between these two businesses is not everybody has a stump grinder. Everybody has a lawnmower. Most people have a lawnmower, but not everybody has a stump grinder. So there's a barrier to entry. Because not everybody has a stump grinder, people could get into this business and hypercharge for their services. With selling books on Amazon, there's no barrier to entry. All you need is your cell phone to get started. That's why Gary Vee is so obsessed with this. All you need is your phone, go in the store and scan the fuck out of some books. Literally all you need to do. So if your whole business is predicated off the fact that you source from thrift stores and libraries around you, that's all your business is, then all it takes is Gary Vee to shout out one member of the reselling community, and all of a sudden, you go back on Monday to your office, you go back on Monday to scan those books, and there's 10 other people competing with you because all it takes is a smartphone. Everybody's got a smartphone. That's what makes it the worst business to get into. How do you combat this? How do you get over this? If you guys do not follow Jim Rohn is the mentor of Tony Robbins. If you guys don't follow Tony Robbins, go follow Tony Robbins. But Jim Rohn was the mentor of Tony Robbins. And he always talks about, if you want to make more money, you have to provide more value. I kept hearing this. I used to listen to him as I was scanning books. I used to scan books for 8+ hours a day. And I would listen to him and I'd be like, how the fuck do I provide more value? I'm purchasing books off a shelf. I'm going to the checkout. I'm packing these books up in a box when I get home and I'm making thousands of dollars profit. How can I provide more value for the stores that I'm going and sourcing at? How can I provide more value in the book marketplace? And so I really thought about it for a while, and I had some ideas come to mind, and a lot of other ideas came from networking, from going to these events, from mentors of mine. Caleb Roth is a huge mentor to me. He showed me how to provide more value in the marketplace than simply taking a book off the shelf and selling it on Amazon FBA, which in and of itself, that provides a lot more value than you guys think. You're taking something, you're purchasing from a business, so you're helping that business by purchasing from them. You're taking a product and you're connecting it to a customer. That's very valuable in and of itself. So if that's all you do, you are providing value to the marketplace. But if you want to get paid more, if you really want to make this work to make your bank account much larger than it is, you're gonna have to think of different ways to provide value than just taking a book off a shelf and using an already built system, Amazon, to connect it with a seller. Okay, so here's a couple different ways you can provide value. Number one, start thinking of services. Ironically, the reason why I got into selling books was because it was a product-based business. I didn't have to talk to people. I could just get books and I could make money. I could find inventory, send it out, boom, check my phone, I'm making money. I don't have to talk to anyone. That's why I got into it. But then I realized if I wanted to make a lot of money, I would have to start treating this as a service-based business rather than a product-based business. So you're gonna treat this as a service to the libraries you work with, the thrift stores you work with, the people you get books from on Facebook Marketplace, Nextdoor, OfferUp, Let Go, your neighborhood Facebook group, all these different sourcing techniques I recommend. I'll link some videos below for different sourcing methods if you guys want to check those out. The colleges you work with, whatever place you work with, you got to think, how can I provide more value than just taking my phone, scanning an item, and reselling it on Amazon, which again, that's valuable in and of itself, but if you want to make a lot of money, you have to think, how can I make the person who's supplying the books happier? How can I make the person supplying the books want to give me the books before anybody else scans them? And in order to do that, you're going to have to start providing this service. So different services you can provide are, you can be in the service of freeing up space. So freeing, I'm just going to write space. Freeing up space. You can be in the space business. Now you can go to the library, help them free up a lot of space. Boom! Now you're in the freeing up space business and you can take away the books for free. You literally go in there, you're like, hey, what my company does is we help free up space, we help take away these books, and we find homes for them. That'll also work with the general public. That'll also work with colleges sometimes. Colleges are a little bit more money motivated. But it'll work with all these different parties. There's really four main ways to source books. You can either source them from the library, thrift stores, colleges, or the general public. These are the four main ways to source books that I've found. There's a lot of different other avenues you can go down. You can go upstream, you can go to professors' doors, but that's kind of under the college category. You can source directly from the publisher, but that's almost its own little niche. When it comes to used books, those are the four main categories. You can be in the space service business. You can also be in the money business. You can help these people get money. Libraries, thrift stores, used bookstores, people. Go in there and say, hey, look, I have money, you have books. Let's get a deal going. And keep that in your mind. Of course, you're already paying them money for the books, but when you can get backroom access, you can provide value in more ways by getting a little bit creative with it. I'm not gonna go in depth on all of my methods for paying people money for their books, but there's consignment. You can go into a library and you can say, hey, look, I will sell your books for you at a 40-60 split, at a 50-50 split net profits, and I'll pay you once a month. That's a little bit more advanced. I have other videos breaking that down, but you really want to start thinking of what are your customers' pain points and how can I make the world a better place by hitting those pain points, and stop being so selfish for yourself and start thinking outside the box a little bit. So these are the main two, space and money. Now, arguably, these are logistically the most important, but as you go down, there's importance. And I don't think many people talk about this. This is the easiest one to do. You want to make people feel important. My roommate does a great job of this. Whenever he goes to, there's a green juice down the road, green juice place we go to. We work there, and I walk in every day, and I'll say, hi to the person, whatever. But when he walks in, the person say hi to him back. They're so happy to see him. It's because he made them feel important. He asked them how they were doing. I didn't. That's a lesson to learn. When it comes to dealing with different businesses, a lot of times you're not going to be dealing with the person that is putting money in their wallet. You're dealing with someone who's working a job, and they don't really care about the money. They don't care. You're talking about all this profit and stuff. It's going right over their head. They don't care. All they care about is Do you respect them? Are you making them feel important? If you make them feel like they're on like a mission, like you're so hyped up about like, yeah, this is really good, I run a book business, blah, blah, blah. Like that energy is palpable and people love it. And if you're not like super selfish about that energy, like you make it like a shared experience, like, yeah, where are the books at? Like that type of person does really well in this business because now the manager of this thrift store is all of a sudden someone who's helping them like on a treasure hunt. So they made them feel important. So make people feel important. You're helping out at a library sale. You're helping out, maybe you landed a big deal where you're getting $10,000 profit from a college each year from their textbooks. But what landed the deal wasn't talking about the money in the space. What landed the deal was making the decision maker, whether it was a president, athletic director, wrestling coach, those are the people I go after, student affairs, whoever it was, you made them feel important about what they were doing. That's what it comes down to. It's super simple, guys. People, the analytical people aren't gonna do too well in this business, which a lot of the analytical people are the people that want to get in this business because they don't have to talk to people, but you have to be more social. You have to open up a little bit and stop thinking so much about this and that, and this book's worth $20 and the E-score is 500. Like, there's not even an E-score of 500, but you guys get the point. You start, you get out of your head and you start thinking, you get into the other person's head. You get out of your own head, your own selfish needs. I wanna be able to pay for my kid's school next year. You stop thinking about that and you start thinking, how can I make this person smile today? And that's gonna make a huge difference in the amount of money in your bank account. So that's why the book business is the worst business to get into, is because there's no barrier to entry. But if you think a little bit outside the box and you think of these pain points, space, money, not feeling important, you start thinking of those pain points and you hit them, you will be successful. Like, comment, subscribe. We got a live webinar going down every Sunday. So if you guys are interested, there's gonna be a link below. Catch you in the next video. Peace out.
Grind hard, well done, sir, and welcome to the freaking well show. And party central to my well ones. A night of violated hell codes. Dope sells like the charge do, but selling's all about potential. And money speaks, then I'm the main act. I give a damn about the intro. A chain hang